They're the unofficial Division I athletes, not on an official roster, but they play an important role in collegiate women's basketball.
You have the responsibilities of an athlete without exactly being considered one.
The practice squad for the Gamecock women's basketball team is all men. It's a team whose main goal is to prepare the women and make them better.
It's such a rewarding experience to see that your work is appreciated and to see them execute and the things that we do in practice come to fruition. It's one of the most euphoric feelings that I've ever felt.
Women's basketball teams around the country have been practicing against men for the past few years now. But here at South Carolina, these guys get to practice against one of the top teams in the nation every day. And it's something head coach Dawn Staley thinks challenges her players.
I'm one that played basketball with guys all of my life. And I don't think I would have become the player that I am had I not played with them.
The scout team guys at South Carolina are at every practice, and they prepare for games days in advance by watching film to mimic opposing teams' players in practice. And the Gamecock coaches treat the guys the same as the women's team.
I mean, sometimes it's kind of like the App State game. My player scored the first three, and coach was kind of mad at me because I wasn't shooting enough in practice, so that was a little tough to see.
While the men's practice squad might not get all of the same perks as the women's basketball team, they do get recognized for their hard work in practices. When the Gamecock women's basketball team won the national championship in 2017, all of the men on the practice squad got national championship rings. Current grad assistant Jacob Coltrane played on the practice squad from 2015 to 2018. He says getting involved with this program has benefited his career.
We're seeing 10,000 people at every game and seeing a beautiful practice facility like this, and I mean, yeah, there's other schools out there, but you don't get to interact with Coach Dawn Staley every day and her staff. So
Coltrane is working to become a coach in women's basketball.
Ball is ball, so I say that every time somebody asks me that. So men's basketball, women's basketball, it's all the same thing when it comes down to it.
These men are proving that women's basketball players, like the Gamecocks, can hang with the guys.
It showcases what we can do against guys. And you got some guys out there that really don't think women can play.
I would tell him to line up against maybe Asia Wilson and see if you have a chance, or even Aaliyah Boston, Zaya Cook. You can't guard them.
And that's exactly what the male practice squad does every day. For Carolina News, I'm Summer Hector.